So in my previous video on Switch Pro Controllers, I keep trying to find something that compares to my Xbox One S controller, but then I realized, why don't I just use my Xbox One S controller on the Nintendo Switch? So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to connect the Xbox One S controller, my Wii U controller, and while we're at it, we might as well try a PS3 controller. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing you want to do is take the 8BitDo wireless adapter. There may be more than just this one that works, but I'll leave a link to this one in the description below since I know this one works for a fact. And this one's currently $22 on Amazon. There's two different ways to connect this. The first way, you just plug this right into the USB on the Switch. Go ahead and push the button down on the 8BitDo. You'll see it flashing rapidly. Then you just hold down the sync button on your Xbox One controller until they connect. And that's just how easy it is. There's only a couple downsides that I can see to using an Xbox controller on a Switch. Now, to me, this isn't a big deal, but I thought I would mention it. There are some things within the game where it kind of switches these A and B buttons and X and Y. But for me, I barely even notice. Nice thing is I don't notice any lag or really any difference other than it's just a lot more comfortable to use. Nice thing is you can connect the Wii U Pro Controller, which is a really nice controller, probably one of my favorite Nintendo controllers. You just hold the sync button down on the controller, and once you hit the button on the 8BitDo adapter, it starts flashing rapidly, and that's pretty much it. Very similar to connecting the Xbox One controller. You're going to have the same buttons as the Switch Pro Controller, however, just below the stick instead of above it. For some reason, the PS3 controller is one of the hardest to connect to these 8BitDo adapters. I barely got one to connect to my PlayStation Classic, and no matter what I tried on here, I didn't have any luck. Even after researching online and on the 8BitDo website, I installed their software on my computer, and still no luck. If you're wanting to use a PS3 controller on here, personally, I probably wouldn't even bother with it. You're probably gonna have better luck with a PS4 controller. Another cool feature is you can use this while in handheld mode. They include a USB adapter, and then you just plug in the 8BitDo adapter into that. But in my opinion, if you're like me and you don't really like the official Pro controllers on the Switch, as much as the Xbox One S or even a Wii U Pro Controller, you definitely have to try one of these out. But just keep in mind that you'll want to unplug the adapter once you're done playing because it will run the battery down in your controller. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.